Good evening, I'm here. It is late. It is 1:34 a.m. on Thursday, May 14th. Hey Kyle, it's time. Hey Ayla, what is that emote? The Gray Dance. Was that a global emote? Oh no, it's Grapefruits. Okay. I didn't know his channel was The Grapefruit. Oh god, how do I make that go away? Oh wait, I just click it again. All this time I still don't know how Twitch works. Anyway, hello. We're here. We're going to be doing the end of Case 5 of Spirit of Justice. This is technically the end of the game, but the DLC case does take place after it, so we'll be doing that after we finish it, which won't be today. I'm here late, but we should be able to get a 2.5, 3 hour stream out of this. From what I've looked up, because again, I've played this before, so I looked at the timeline of a full playthrough of this case. And we're about at the 10-hour mark of 12 hours, which doesn't mean much because it takes me longer to get through a case than the playthroughs on YouTube. But given that the last, 30, 40 minutes of this is the ending, it should mean that I'm going to get through this. I'm definitely going to be able to get through this tonight. A solid 3 hours should be more than enough time to finish this, assuming I don't get caught anywhere. But yeah. Turnabout Revolution, final part, part 6. So last time, sleep schedule's fucked and today didn't help, but I'll see about staying for this anyway. Well, if you have to work, don't force yourself to stay up, please. So last time, we established that Nana was actually the still alive Queen Amara. And we also found out that Dirk has been dead since before this case even began. Inga shot him several days, or at least a day before this case started. Maya was channeling him the entire time he was in America. And then when he came back to Kurain, and Maya was found in the tomb, it turns out Amara was channeling him after that, though she is now denying it, saying you have no proof. But, I mean, who else could it be? Was asleep for the past 5 hours, which is your normal amount of sleep, but just a weird time for it. Oh, okay. See, that happens to me, but then, I can't... I still feel exhausted when the normal time comes. Whatever. Well done, lawyer. You have painted me as a killer with nothing but your silver tongue. However, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory. It's warm and gross and you hate it. It's still mild here, but it's gonna get rainy and hot soon. However, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory. Furthermore, Dirk could have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Fey. Now let us end this charade. I got it right this time. For the eternal glory of Kurain and its people. That deer looks so low poly. Do you understand now, you putrid pepper? There is no point in defending Dirk any longer. It has all been in vain. Let it go and move on, right? Well, not today. Your theories are but a pillar of salt that crumbles at the slightest breeze. But no more. This ends here and now. The defense may proceed with this cross-examination. Crusty deer. So I don't have green tea tonight. I actually have my black cherry wishniak that I got over the weekend and didn't drink. Which, if you didn't know, it's just black cherry soda. It's just a very rich flavor. Convincing others is all part of a lawyer's trade, so I'll take that as a compliment. You would, wouldn't you? I suppose you've deceived countless souls with your lies. But I should not be surprised, considering you learned from him. Him? You mean Dirk, right? Yes, the man who deceived and seduced me. A grand priestess with his silver tongue. Actually, I wonder if there any character model topologies were improved from the 3DS, or if they really were just that good from the start. I don't know. I mean, a lot of 3DS stuff I know was downscaled. It's like how in Pokemon Sun and Moon, the Pokemon models are in full 1080p, and they're just downsized to the 3DS's weird resolution because it does the double screen thing. Actually, Sun and Moon weren't even in 3D, were they? We are still talking about the case, right? Surely you've heard of a lady falling for the wrong man before. Ah, but to think that I, of all people, would fall under that devil's spell. 3D, yeah. Wow, how did they ever get together in the first place, let alone procreate? I would advise all here today to beware this lawyer's silver tongue, lest you, too, be unjustly painted as a criminal, as I have been. Only XY had limited 3D in battles only, yeah.
Hold it!
I admit I don't have any solid evidence, yet. But you're the only one who could have committed the crime. What on earth do you mean? Including Miss Faye, there are only 3 spirit mediums in Kurain. Furthermore, when the crime scene was first discovered, Queen Garan was with me and Mr. Wright, while Miss Faye was tied up in the tomb. That means that Dirk we saw after the Minister's murder, could only have been channeled by you, Queen Amara. Insolent lawyer. Hey, forgive us, your mercifulness. Really, your majesty?
Objection!
Ah, but have you considered the following defense? Guilty person says what? What? Ha, got him. What if there was, unbeknownst to us, another spirit medium in Kurain?
Objection!
Oh, come on! What are the chances? You lack the evidence to support your claim that Queen Amara is the killer, which is why you had to use the process of elimination to zero in on her. Have you considered that you're a bitch-ass? Now that my old new 3DS is mostly restored, I've been messing with it. I appreciate the 3D feature a lot more, and it sucks seeing what doesn't support it as bad support. I feel so stupid asking for a new 2DS XL after my 3DS XL finally died. I was like, I should have asked for a new 3DS XL. It was still affordable back then. It therefore stands to reason that you would have to rule out all other possibilities as well. Well, can you eliminate the possibility of another spirit medium defense? Of course I can't. Under the circumstances, Apollo, there are 2 ways to establish Amara's guilt. We either prove she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb. Which one can I actually prove? Probably that she was in the tomb. I could prove that Queen Amara was in the tomb when the murder occurred. Can't even charge mine by cable because the prongs broke off, so you have to use the cradle, and even then, rip. Ooh. It was the opposite for mine. Mine, the cradle, like, the 2 contacts that charge it were so, like, rusted in my 3DS that they just wouldn't work anymore. Like, you'd have to have them in the very exact center. Otherwise, they'd stop charging immediately. It seems you are ever bent on painting me as the killer. Well, if the shoe fits... Very well, let us see some evidence that proves I was at the scene of the crime. You do have some, do you not? Speaking of 3D... There's nothing to prove I was even at the scene of the crime.
Hold it!
Speaking of 3D, Virtual Boy Online just got updated today. Actually, I didn't download that yet. Apparently, a USB-C mod is pretty easy to do on the 3DS. Oh, really? Well, I mean, in general, you know, there's the joke, modding your 3DS is surprisingly simple. Yeah, they released a bunch of other Virtual Boy games, including Jack Bros, which is technically the first Shin Megami Tensei game to come out in America, even though it's not really SMT. Of course, I can't stream it because Nintendo doesn't let you play the games in 2D, which is stupid. By simply changing into Dirk's clothes and channeling his spirit, it's a fact that the killer altered the crime scene. How very perceptive of you. In trying to accomplish everything, the killer would have been pressed for time, and may have committed an error that could prove crucial to this case. And sometimes the significance of certain pieces of evidence can change in the face of new facts and circumstances. Why don't you take another look at all the evidence we have? Think I'll see something in a new light? Is there anything from the tomb that's taken on a different meaning now? Only way to find out is to reconsider each piece based on our current understanding. Piece? There's nothing to prove I was even at the scene of the crime. The pink butterfly pendant, stained with the victim's blood. Fingerprint was found on the inside of the lid. If that's Amara's fingerprint.
Objection!
Download the Virtual Boy emulator for the 3DS and still gotta check that out. I've heard it's really good. I heard it works amazing. Queen Amara. Does this pendant look familiar to you? Why, that is... We found it in the tomb, and it has the minister's blood on it. Which means it was probably dropped in the course of the crime.
Objection!
And I fail to see how it's relevant to your argument. Did that not belong to the accused? That's what I thought, too. After all, Dirk had said it himself. He said that? I'm annoyed. The top of the chat now, which used to only show the bits, now scrolls into a who has the most top-viewed clips on my channel, and it's distracting me every time it changes. Should have downloaded more quick games to try it out, and not just Wario Land, which is something I'd want to commit some time to. I would love to play Wario Land Virtual Boy at some point. He said that? Yes, but it was a lie, because I believe he was covering for someone. Covering? How? For who? There's a certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant isn't Dirk's. Twitch has been slowly getting worse with distracting bits, yeah. Damn, not in that photo. Is it the pendant still? It seems the strength of my evidence has rendered you speechless, Queen Amara. On the contrary, she is merely flabbergasted that you somehow considered this to be relevant. Well, look at you. Guess you just have a knack for reading your mother's mind, huh? No, please, anything but that! Ah! Here's a little something extra. Apollo dies. Ah! Stop! I'm begging you! Apollo, take a good look at the evidence again. Based on what we know, there has to be something that's taken on a new significance. It would appear that the pendant did belong to the accused after all. No, that's where you're wrong. No, that's wrong. Certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant is Dirk's. Does it have to do with this photo? Probably not. That they said Nana had the pendant. Diamond-shaped tattoo on her purple hat. Fuck. Not an issue since I'm subbed, but I've been trying to watch other streamers more again, but the way Twitch Mobile handles ads is so annoying. So if I so much as check notifications so the ads aren't in focus, it resets the countdown timer after the first ad finishes playing. God. It's like YouTube bad now. Nuke the ads, yep. Oh! Dirk has a blue pendant. That's a photo of the accused's body, is it not? I didn't actually look at that photo. Yes, it is, and I'd like to call your attention to a certain spot on it. On the watch, it's always the same videos. I have the opposite problem. I'm subbed to too many people, and too much shit gets uploaded that I, like, forcibly watch every day. This right here proves that the pendant was found in the tomb isn't Dirk's.
Take that!
You will notice an object near Dirk's left arm. It's an identical pendant, except it's blue. Oh, now that you mention it. Don't you find that a little strange? Why would he own two of them, but in different colors? Here's what I think. The pendants were meant to go together as a pair. A pear? Yes, it's a fruit. You eat it. If the blue pendant was Dirk's, then what about this pink one with Minister Inga's blood on it? Who do you suppose it belongs to? She's sweating.
Objection.
Sorry to disappoint, but no fingerprints were found on the pink pendant. Therefore, we have no way of knowing whom it belongs to.
Objection.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadmahi. I'm guessing you didn't know that this pendant is actually a locket. Come again? Now this is where it gets interesting. When we open this locket up, we found a faint fingerprint inside, on the back of the lid to be exact. What? No. So now the question is, to whom does this fingerprint belong? Emma's like, let me at it, let me at it. Queen Amara, it belongs to you, doesn't it? Oh. Seems I've truly rendered the witness speechless this time around. This cannot be. Mother, tell me it does not belong to you. Nayuta, Think about it, Queen Amara. Dirk must have realized that you were channeling his spirit, and he had probably already figured out who the minister's killer was. And yet, he still claimed that the pink pendant belonged to him. But why would he do such a thing? You really don't know? He was protecting you. Because he loved you. He loved you until his very last breath, and beyond. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. Dirk knew everything, even that he was being used. But he kept quiet, all for your sake. Dirk, why do you always... Well, Queen Amara, Dirk, the one whose love for you never wavered all these years. Are you going to betray him now? Dirk, This cannot be. I refuse to accept it. Queen Amara, are you ready to confess your crime? I can deny it no longer. The truth is, it was I, Amara Sigatar Kurayin, who slew Minister Inga. That's preposterous! Why? Don't want to be mean about this to streamers, but I'm not sure how much people who don't get really more like than a dozen views really get out of ad revenue. And them set to randomly interrupt the stream for multiple minutes. I don't know. I've tried to do mid-roll ads when I take, like, breaks. But, like, I still don't like doing that, because you don't have much control over it. I don't have my ads set to automatically work. That's the other thing, too. People just kind of have them set automatically, so I don't even think about it. This is beyond belief. Mother, why would you... Forgive me, Nayuta. I never wished to cause you such sorrow. But I had no choice. It was the only way. The only way. So in the end, Queen Amara and Dirk Sadmahi, I suppose this means they were unable to reconcile while he was still alive. I don't think the state of the kingdom or the incidents of the past would have allowed that. They were prisoners of their shared history, so to speak. Queen Amara, there's something I need to know. You had staged a near-perfect crime. So why did you bring this pendant into the tomb with you? You should have known it would come back to haunt you. I do not really understand it myself. I had nearly been assassinated by my own husband, yet I could not bear any hatred towards him. I was unable to discard this or part with it for even a short time. As with Dirk, I have never stopped loving my husband for the past 23 years. Mother. So she really believes it? That Dirk tried to assassinate her? It actually belongs to Amara. Your Majesty, is it not time? Time to declare Dirk innocent? I would ask that you do this for my beloved, who now dwells in the Twilight Realm. Very well, then. Your Eminence, Prosecutor Sadmahi, if you have no further objections... this cannot be. My own mother? I have no objections. Dirk, I did it. I finally did it. I proved your innocence. But... Very well, then. Being that Queen Amara yet lives, we can no longer charge the accused with an assassination that never came to fruition. As for the murder of Minister Inga, the truth has been laid bare for all to see. Therefore, I will now pass judgment upon the accused, Mr. Dirk Sadmahi. Hold it. Your benevolence? I cannot accept this. Is something the matter, your benevolence? Queen Amara is lying. Makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. What's with her all of a sudden? Is this some sort of lingering affection towards Nena? Rafa. Speak the truth, Queen Amara. Did you really kill my father? Yes. There is no mistake. She has confessed to the crime, thereby clearing the accused of all suspicion. As such, I see no need to continue these proceedings. But Barbed Head, Hornhead, are you going to let this stand? Dirk's been proven innocent, and he's about to be declared not guilty. Even so, something doesn't feel right. Apollo, if you have any doubts, now's the time to raise them. After all, the courtroom is a place for finding the whole truth. But it's all up to you. There are definitely things that don't quite add up. Does this mean that the whole truth hasn't been yet brought to light? Should I continue to push? Should I push to continue this trial? No, let it end here. Is this the right thing to do? Dirk's been proven innocent, so there's that. But has every last bit of the truth really come out here today? Paul, if you have any doubts, you should keep digging deeper. If you can't get to the truth here in the Sacred Hall of Justice, where else can you? Got the cat? Nice. Right. Your Majesty, I have a feeling we haven't discovered the whole truth yet. Hey, Ayla, did you ever get your Jollibee chicken emote in FF14? Because I still have the receipt and I want to toss it out. And the only way we'll ever find it is to continue this trial. Hornhead. You forgot? Oh, okay. Well, just let me know if and when you get it. So I can, toss the receipt out. Very well, then. Will the defense please tell us this? What important fact about this case is yet to come to light? Amara's married life, we know that. The motive, the murder method. Well, we know the murder method. We know about her married life. The motive. Why did she kill Inga? Queen Amara, there's something I still don't understand. What was your motive for killing Justice Minister Inga? I mean, because he killed Dirk. That is a fair question, and one that I shall now answer. It was for the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Karkul Kurain. To avert further tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity. Further tragedy? Over the past several years, Minister Inga had been rapidly expanding his power. He'd established the secret police and was relentless in his pursuit of the insurgents. He even had the overwhelming support of the people, but was still not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began planning a coup d'etat. You mean his plot involving the Founder's Orb, which led to Maya Fey's abduction? Yes. Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to great spiritual power. After which he would assassinate Garan and usurp the throne. His machinations were reminiscent of that terrible tragedy of 23 years ago. And as one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events. Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered unto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Security amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling, and Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb with his hostage, away from prying eyes. I knew I would never again have such a perfect opportunity, so... At 2 p.m. during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister. My bracelet. Apollo. Yep. Seems this trial is far from over. Queen Amara, I believe you're still hiding something. But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide-and-seek, then let's start with that last statement you made. If I must. That's pretty telling right there. It's probably that. At 2 p.m. during the rite of channeling.
Gotcha!
They really dumbed down how easy these are. Queen Amara, you're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock rite of channeling, are you? I can tell because a finger on your left hand twitched almost imperceptibly when you did. She's doing knee lifts that are imperceptible to the human eye. She calls them hummingbirds. Oh? And that pose you make. Is there something about your chest that makes you nervous? Whatever do you mean? The murder occurred at 2 p.m. I'm pretty positive Amara was in the tomb at that time. So then why is she so self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the rite? The rite of channeling? Didn't Albie snap a picture of it? Queen Amara, I have here a picture of the rite of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual.
Objection!
Such insolence! No, you have a voice clip for that. I would have the perpetrator's name at once. Sorry, no can do. You see, I just happened to find it on the ground, so... Do you take me for a fool? How about we discuss the photo's origin a little later? Because right now... there's something much more pressing at hand. I believe this photo merits further examination. I just wish there was more to see to it, and then darkness and more darkness. Might be able to make out a few more details with some image adjustments. Let's ask Emma if she can help. Bailiff, please summon the Detective Sky to the Hall of Justice, the Detective Sky. Here you are. It's able to attain a much clearer image by raising the brightness. Darker yet darker, darker yet darker. God damn it. Oh, man. It is the Deltarune. The Deltarune brain rot is getting to us. Anyway, yeah, she was just able to enhance the image. A photo. She was able to up the brightness on the photo. What's that right there? An injury? No, wait, I think it's a burn scar. I like that the actual description didn't update. Wait a second. Even the photo didn't update in the preview. It just looks dark there. But like how do they up the brightness on a photo? I don't know. Dying in Deltarune. I know, trust me, I really want... I can't wait for Chapter 5. Wait a second. Your Eminence. You don't have a burn scar like that on your chest. How's this for thumbnail material right here? I don't want to because this is going to be like the last part of this fucking case, but... What's going on here? If the person in this photo isn't Queen Garan, then who is it? Well, obviously, it's the only other person who could channel spirits.
Take that!
Queen Amara. Switch screenshot noise. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do it, yeah. I hit screenshot on my Stream Deck. Because that gets the PNG tuber in it as well. Queen Amara, the person in this photo isn't Queen Garan. It's you posing as her, isn't it? The two of you look quite similar, but that's no surprise considering you're sisters. Apollo, what are you doing? You're overturning your own argument. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same. And you're both capable of channeling spirits. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garan. Queen Amara, you have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Please remove your round mandala so we can see what's behind it for ourselves. Look! It's the exact same burn scar as the one in the photo. I don't understand. I knew it. So the person in this photo really is... Yes, it's Queen Amara. This is absurd. Are you suggesting they switched places? Amara's confession earlier was also false? Mother, what is the meaning of this? Don't you see? This changes everything. We know for a fact that this photo was taken at 2 p.m. The exact time the murder took place. But that would mean Queen Amara couldn't possibly have committed the crime. Exactly. She now has an ironclad alibi. So Minister Inga's killer couldn't have been Queen Amara. I'm afraid I no longer follow defense. Was it not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and accused the stage the crime? The accused that's to stage the crime. Yes, that fact has not changed. We have evidence placing her at the scene of the crime. And Dirk could have only been in the tomb if she were channeling him. Which means... While Queen Amara did use spirit channeling to stage the crime, she didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer is someone else. Polkunka! What's going on here? Was her mercifulness covering for someone? If Queen Amara is not the killer, then who is it? Isn't it obvious? Why was this rite held in the first place if Queen Garan wasn't going to perform it? Who was behind the two sisters switching places, and for what reason? The answers to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterates a certain someone else's alibi. Blah, 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 blah.
Take that!
Why, that's... Is this some kind of joke? No, Your Majesty, I can never joke about something so grave. The only one who seemed to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garan Sigatar Kurain. Queen Amara, didn't your sister Queen Garan ask you to pose as her? And perform the rite of channeling? And didn't she also have you drive Dirk's spirit from Miss Faye's body? And then stage the crime and make it look like he was the minister's killer? And at 2 p.m. while you were performing the rite of channeling as Queen Garan, didn't she kill Minister Inga while disguised as Dirk? Well, your mercifulness? It's no use trying to hide it any longer. You need to tell us the truth now. Mother? Just as Minister Inga's true killer is... Love how I forgot how Queen Garan looks normally because of her silly final boss look, yeah. Her JRPG villain look. Mother? No! I really did it! Your Eminence, my life is yours! Isn't he one of Garan's royal guards? Queen Amara! Bailiff, arrest that guardsman! Mother! Garan couldn't have. Could she? Someone call for an ambulance, quickly now! Shot through the heart. No, it was through... I know, but... I know what you're referencing, but no, it was through the side. Yeah, I knew that was coming, so I purposely paused there to catch up on chat. May 19th, High Court of Kurain, accused lobby. French ambulance noises, yeah. And then it does like the Doppler as it goes away. We're lucky the ambulance made it in time, but we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. Do you think Garan put that guard up to it? If she did, she's going to regret it. Once again, while this game is a lower rating than the last game. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence, any news on her condition? She is undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They're giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though. That Garan. Justice will be served. Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Oh, it's nothing. Right. How are you, Hornhead? Dirksad Mahi was your father in all but blood, after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead, you are sturdier than your stature lets on. Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo? Dirk, that was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon is dead. Dots. Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was part of Garan or Amara's plan. Man, our dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Garan is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, AJ? Fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. All in a day's work. Oh, who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. The honorable rebel, Dirksad Mahi. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Did she bump her head or something earlier? Trial's about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. Already? After what just happened? First thing Garan will do is respond to that last accusation. So you'd better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garan? Here comes justice. Check the Sarah rings, and this game is the equivalent of E10 plus there. Though technically 12 plus in their system. Wow. That's still young. That's still kind of young. May 19th, High Court of Kurain. With how small this country is, do you think this is the only court in Kurain? If so, why would they bother calling it the High Court? Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. Like husband, like wife, they both got shot. Huh? Where's Nayuta? I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. I don't know who could have ordered him to do that. Ha 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 ha. What? He wasn't acting under your orders? How dare you cast such suspicions upon her eminence? It is quite all right, your majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. Except for what I told him to do. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, your majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say? Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me. What? Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. The real killer confessed. What she got up her sleeve this time? I have a really bad feeling about this. I mean, I think we all know who the next person's gonna be. Little stupid his stupid fucking shoes. Who close that warbot? He's the one who confessed? Hey, dummy. How you been? Almost got hit by a Tesla driver today. Wow, what a shock, a Tesla driver doing something reckless. Mere centimeters from me, he ignored the crossing guard signals, continued driving, also partially on his phone. When I cussed him out for being an idiot, he just waved at me with a laugh. What a dick. What a fucking dick. Mommy, sorry, mommy. Wait, do you think Nahyuta's a guy? Justice for All and Apollo Justice are rated Sero A, which is equivalent to an E. Which makes total sense, LOL. Prosecutor Sadmahi, you're the real killer? I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. So it was. Nahyuta, you didn't really do it, did you? You know those cars sound when backing up and shit scares you every time. Man, even the non-shitty Teslas are not great from what I've seen. From the few I've ridden in as an Uber passenger. Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Inister Minga. Justice Inister Minga? Wow. Does that button actually still work? The clip button? Let me see here. Let's talk about that paddle, like what the paddle for. Oh, okay, Inga McChenga. I thought you didn't come in here until after, he showed up. Oh my god. Twitch, why do you load so slow? It doesn't show it. If I hit open clip. Okay, it did work. Even the non-shitty Teslas are not great from what I've seen. From the few I've ridden in as an Uber passenger. Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Inister Minga. Justice Inister Minga? Wow. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad that I got that. I'm gonna edit the title on that, like, right now. It was I who killed Justice Inister. Her Eminence... Scroll that back a little bit. See, the problem is then this derails the stream when I do this. Ah, who killed Justice Inister Minga? Justice Inister Minga? Wow. Okay. Clip title. Oh, so it just makes the title of the stream the clip. can edit it, though. That's good. I could probably just, like, if it's good if I only take one clip per stream. Justice Sinister Minga, yeah. I mean, him too, I go both ways. God. Like a bisexual. Thank you, Ted, that was the joke. Nayuta! Nayuta! Peace. Prosecutor Sadmahi, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain, for I killed him by my own hand. At last, the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? Nayuta, retract your confession, now! Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? Admit it. It was Queen Garan who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But... Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? I did... That is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like Garan got to him somehow. Definitely didn't see this coming. Nayuta, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Garan's bidding? Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Sadmahi, your testimony, please. Nayuta's confession. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Kurain. I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. Whatever it is, it must be that important to him, yeah. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. You do understand what you're doing, right, Nayuta? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that's the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Nayuta, or the Queen?
Objection!
Enough. This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow his problematic testimony to smithereens.
Hold it!
You kept quiet all this time even though you were the real killer? Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the Queen herself. Oh my god, she's a book. Run towards her. It's the law book. She's a queen. She can write whatever laws she wants in it. Prosecutor Sadmahi has placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He's taking responsibility for his crime and showing his loyalty to the Queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, Kurain would be plunged into chaos. Oh no, paper cuts. I could never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known. What a bunch of baloney, spelled incorrectly. I'm going to ask you again, Nayuta. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Yes, no matter how many times you ask, Mr. Justice, the truth is immutable. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. Justice Minister Inga. It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered. There's no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple. Ah! Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Nayuta? Hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that or we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way. Prosecutor Sadmahi, what's the motive for your crime? Wolverine could totally kick her butt. Wolverine could probably kill everyone here. Not the worst pain I could receive. I mean, she has a paddle, guys. I mean, have you seen those nails? Yeah. I had reason enough to kill Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Kurain. What do you mean by that? Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen? A lot of peas. Long have you remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We commend the people's awe and respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world. But if spirit channeling is so important, why did you have Queen Amara perform the rite? I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire struck, as sporadic as that was. It was therefore something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. A meaningless whim, huh? It's hard to press a statement like that. Now if I may return to my testimony.
Hold it!
Divine judgment? Yes, I rendered judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother. Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you? No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of the circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrificed my soul to protect this kingdom's future. Ah, snap out of it already, Nayuta. So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does that sound completely credible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive. As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title.
Hold it!
Now, the Holy Mother guided me to Taco Bell for the Enchilito and Crunchwrap. I had Taco Bell last week. I also had sushi last week, so I'm wondering what I'll get for lunch on Friday this week. So you killed Minister Inga and Queen Amara staged the crime? Is that how it went? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself. Taking your seesaw ass to bed, and yes, that is a pansexual joke. You have a good sleep, dummy. Thank you. Another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony, but how? Nayuta, could it be you didn't know Naina's real identity, told Amara what to do? Wait. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself. Could it be you told Amara what to do, maybe? Did you tell Queen Amara to do what she did? No, she acted under her own volition. She must have somehow discovered my crime, then staged the crime scene. Sounds plausible on the surface, but I'm not buying it. Still, I don't think we'll get anywhere if I press this issue. To think that Nayuta would confess to the crime. Can't say I saw that coming. Why, Nayuta? Why? Why are you putting yourself on the line for Garan? Wonder if Garan has something on him. I don't think so. I mean, Amara's currently fighting for her life, so... Don't see what Garan could threaten him with. But maybe that's just it. Maybe there's something else that we don't know about.
Hold it!
Could it be that you didn't know Naina's real identity? You didn't realize that Naina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother? That is not as strange as you might think. Much time has passed since we last met, after all. Right, 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt. No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Nayuta, please add that last statement to your testimony. I was reunited with my mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago when Dirk abducted her.
Hold it!
15 years ago, huh? That's around the time I left for the US. What happened after Dirk helped Queen Amara escape? Agents of the Crown pursued us relentlessly, so we had to live a life on the run. Mr. Justice, know that Dirk sent you away that you would not be caught up in the life that we led. I see. Well, thanks. Can't believe it's been 15 years. Apollo, there's something about Nayuta's testimony. Yeah, that discrepancy's a bit hard to miss, but what could it mean? So Nayuta got to meet his mother, back when Dirk rescued her. That's what he's been saying. It's news to me, though. I'd already been sent away by that point. Okay, now that I've dragged more testimony out of him, what can I do with it? Okay, well, if 15 years ago this photo was taken, then who's the baby? Because we thought that was Nayuta.
Objection!
You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. You are the baby. The baby is you. The baby is two. The Battle Tower theme from from Pokemon Sword and Shield. That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. Sorry, I skipped the line there. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that? He did, but if we take out what you just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make sense with the photo if the photo is only 15 years old? Babby.
Take that!
Nayuta, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we could simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in the photo was you. But that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over something. Apollo, this baby isn't Nayuta. Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nayuta, is that why you obey Queen Garon's every command? You presume too much. Ah, and that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect this other child. Yeah, you already figured it out. A child born 15 years ago. They would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now. This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill here. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. Age 14! All those strange statements she kept making. Now they all make sense. Long flashback. You literally just saw this like a minute ago. Now I see, Nayuta, why you do what you're told. The other child born to Dirk and Amara was... Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you're about to say. But I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners. I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor. Don't say that. The reason why you fear your sibling's reputation. Fear for your sibling's reputation. Wait, what? Reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation.
Take that!
And that is... a file... Oh, I was right! A file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. As the son of the terrorist Dirk, Nayuta was expelled from the royal family. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were to be revealed to be Dirk's daughter. Gah. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garan, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you. Nayuta, have you been keeping this a secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You are an innocent party to all of this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say is... it's... malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you? Before country, queen, and law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resigned myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and a patriot. I shall continue to rule Kurain until the day Rafa succeeds me. For that is what is best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this. In exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for you with my meager existence. Yeah, fuck the status quo. Nayuta, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future? No. Nayuta Aino would never let himself be turned in like this. Or turned into this. Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
The rare animated objection. You could say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayuta, but I know that deep down there's still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together, as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Take that!
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. Did he take your attorney's badge too? No. Thought it strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind. So tell me, Nayuta, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk, why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream. Not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Nayuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Kurain's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will, because you still believe that all of the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you? You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. So many ellipses. Yeah, that's just Ace Attorney. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes, save me, like he did on that day. You know, we've seen this already. Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Nayuta, I knew you. However, it was but a dream, and now that dream has died. Murdered along with Dirk. So now as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all the sin. It is the only way. But...
Such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Ah! Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will. Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Wait a second. What do I do? Does the defense wish to raise an objection? There's gotta be some way to save Nayuta. Apollo. Goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara, right, Nayuta and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple Garan with somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of the situation within there. Got it. If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. No, wait. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? Oh, we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial. Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Just tell me already, Mr. Wright, so we don't get killed. Very well, then. What is the source of your new information about the case 23 years ago? I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It's the photo of Jove Justice.
Take that!
A photograph? Yes, do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. Never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is, he was my biological father. Oh. What? Why, of course, with this photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent, and that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Kurain, we can witness the final memories of the dead. What other nonsense? There is no evidence left in the wake of that blaze. That's what you'd think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back to us. He did? Get Bentley. There is a special game over. I will get it. Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court. And save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time! The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? Ugh! As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance. Oh, Your benevolence? If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course! Leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. Alright. Now, Your Benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you're ready. Not some 10-word name, yep. Yeah, we get one more!
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Yeah, I'll try to get the special game over. I don't know when exactly it unlocks, though. But I think now that Dirk is found innocent, it's probably up for grabs. How far in the past can this be done? Can you seance to watch Cain killing Abel? I mean, if that was their full names, then yes, presumably. You could summon the Holy Mother with the Founder's Orb. Burning heat. Crying. Aw, it's little baby Apollo. Look, he's got his little horn. Pain. Metallic sound. Egg Apollo. Apollo egg. Apollo and egg. The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments, It would appear the divination seance was a success. So those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. The baby was you! Damn. It all comes back to Toby Fox. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts, as gleaned from the seance vision. Brave as insight. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father appeared to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly, he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They're right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? I don't know, can they? So Amara's lying there, seemingly unconscious. Drops the baby. Then the hand throws the lighter in there. And then it's over. You would think it'd be longer if he burned to death. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered in the lighter at the scene of the crime. Well, I think I know what's going on there. That hand is clearly gloved.
Objection!
Dirk's fingerprints were discovered in the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, the hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved. I believe you are right. What could this mean? It calls into question whether the hand in the vision was really Dirk's. If only we can make out the details a little better. Very well, I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help refine the seance vision. It does appear that there was a glove on that hand. Enhance, yeah. Spirit enhance. Still, what significance could that have? It means that Dirk's fingerprints got in the lighter at some other point. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
Oh, we're thinking this, but this power would be a fascinating tool for real historical research. Yeah, I mean, so with spirit channeling. All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains that they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the lighter.
Objection!
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information of my father's final memories. You found what the bad ending is? It's high-stakes testimony happens? Okay. Either way, it seems that I must revise my insights. Okay, she's updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. Is he gonna have clearer vision about the whole thing now? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's just the hand. Well, I think I know what it is. It's the other thing that the enhancing the hand made visible. Hand has marks, though. Wait, what? It might be this. The cuff? Isn't that the thing that, Inga wears?
Objection!
Wait, then this means that the real culprit is... The figure in the vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist gives their true identity away. That design... It can't be. This will prove whose hand was captured in the divination seance vision.
Take that!
That photo, so you do believe the culprit to be... Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct? Yes, that's also what I call my fist. Yes, I hear they're a traditional part of Kuraini's Justice Minister's attire. That was word soup right there. But what does this tell us? It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than the Kuraini's... It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Kurain's late Minister of Justice. Inga Karkul Kurain. No, not my father. But he's not your father. So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one. Justice Minister Inga. So then Dirk's innocent of both charges? The Defiant Dragons. They've been right all along. Nayuta? What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Karkul Kurain was not the Minister of Justice. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... You, Queen Karan. What? Oh, right, she served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. Guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then, the figure in this vision is actually... Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it? This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? It all goes back to her, yep. Because she would ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her? I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? Evil aunt. And was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Such insolence!
Peasants. Always carrying on about things of no import. You do not deny it, then? You concealed the truth and used me for your own designs? Oh, Nayuta, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decides Raifa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you've been deceiving me all the while. Nayuta! Nayuta, you dare defy me? Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Please kindly get bent. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Retract, you say? Dirk, final piece of evidence you left behind, has released Nayuta from his suffering, and now he's finally free. all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demons. You've awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed. Epic.
A dragon never yields.
I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garan. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution! Insolent fool! Now even you prattle on about revolution? That would look sick in 3D on the 3DS. Yeah, it probably did. I probably had it on. Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Doke. Yeah. Now, if we could just prove Garon's guilt, we could continue on down that road, towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of. Your Eminence, you've been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, Your Majesty, for the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. Why, I believe you're right. But we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have to me refute? Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmahi has retracted his confession, we'll have to redeliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Garan, the defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Karain. But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garan was the killer. There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. There is? Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did this killer dispose of the disguise? Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have spattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have to have been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then...
Objection!
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
Objection!
Missed the explanation as to why his face is blurred? Because he had prosopagnosia. So he couldn't see faces. Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence? Yes? On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Garan, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Raifa, you would not dare! When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No. No, she did not. So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard.
Objection!
The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor? Yes, I admit no clothing was found. Heh, so you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Garan wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here. Wait, in the tomb with Dirk, maybe? But there were two sets of clothes on Dirk. There was the set of clothes that Amara was wearing when she was channeling him, and the photo of his body is also wearing them.
Take that!
The tomb? You believe the clothing was hidden there? Yes, it's the only place it can be. Very well. Where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden?
Take that!
Of course, that makes perfect sense. The clothes weren't simply hidden. They were returned to where they belonged. Ah! And by that you mean... the killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus, so the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right. Before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body.
Objection!
So what? This is all still speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this. Bloodstain on the arm. The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also some blood spatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood spatter came from...
Take that!
If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, then the blood spatter must have come from Minister Inga. I thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure, though. Let's get those stains analyzed right away. Indeed, this might be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party. But could they really? I'd say the possibility of someone other than Garan hiding the clothes does not exist. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Ah. That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent... Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you were the one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm. You dare accuse me, the ruler of Karayin? Do not think for one moment that such impudence will be tolerated. I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in this sacred hall, Your Eminence, because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garan. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. Ah! Me face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Oh? Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother who delivered false testimony in my defense shall also be found guilty. What? That can't be, can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal, and the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. But that law is so broad that anyone can be convicted under it. When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one is above the law. Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. So let us leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free? Cake? Where? Hey, Sally. And yet, I don't see any other choice. We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Garan of the crime she has committed. But...
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign, and Rafa cannot ascend to the throne, for she is yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist. Terrorist? If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Khurain, I proclaim the following. All who imperil the crown, no matter what the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders. What? Immediate execution? Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear. For the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Khurain, I command that you be put to death at once. That's not how it works. Yeah. Well, apparently it is how it works. What the... Isn't this going a bit too far? Well, that's how this franchise goes. Laws and government are just a side thing. I mean, also, this is apparently a kingdom where the queen has complete totalitarian rule. It does when you're a tyrant, yeah. Hey, Izzy, how you doing? Why is the Garan Royal Guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, have a nasty headache from a neck ache, ooh. Then under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death.
Objection!
Oh, come on, this is insane. Even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process.
Hold it!
Now look, Apollo, truth and due process are certainly important, but so is your life, so think before you speak again. But... Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm, too. What am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends? It is your life or your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. Being telling someone think before you speak is wild. Yeah, how times change. It is time to cease this insanity. What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garan? I always pick the worst ones. Should I just give up? No, I can't do that. Not now. That only leaves me with one choice. I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying that you're constantly reminding me and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never fail to surprise me, Apollo. Even at gunpoint. And Nayuta, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids? A dragon never yields. Apollo. They are not merely words. They are what's carried us this far. So now it's time to honor these words, and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. Couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now. It would seem, Apollo, that not one but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds for hiding in the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff. I think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody. Are you smiling, even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance? Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear, or even the law, force me to abandon the pursuit of truth. Because there's another saying in my country. The truth will set you free. Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do to this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spider's immobilizing silk threads. Big. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws or given to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not part of my playbook. There's only one path before us. Revolution. I don't know how you could do that. I just can't pick these sorts of things or pick the most mean of choices. Well, I mean, in this case, I know that it's going to result in him just changing his mind. I'm waiting for the painkillers to kick in so he can shower and get to work. Yeah. I hate waking up with a headache and then having to log into my job. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us. And I'm back. Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Kurain, then your very existence is wrong. Does your desperate bleeding know no end? I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Garon's going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now. Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it, either. Doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. No. Bah. Can't give up. Not now. We have to keep on fighting to the end. We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. That's right, it's brain blast time. I thought we spent a lot more time on Jove's divination seance. If I accuse Garon, now you will be subject to the Defense Culpability Act, which means he'll be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Garon right now. Could this be the key to dethroning Garon? Rafa. If we were to use Rafa as a shield, maybe Garon's motherly love would... Wait, what am I thinking? Besides, this is Garon we're talking about. Seriously doubt she'd be rattled by something like that. Better think of something else. If we have Miss Faye channel the Founder's spirit and have her talk to Garon, she's bound to see the light. I mean, it's the Founder we're talking about here. No, I'd better think of a more practical method. The Founder's Orb. That thing hasn't come up yet today. Dirk was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution and Kurain's future. In light of Garon's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it starts to fall apart. That bit that Hero of Law took from, yeah. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder, even after abducting Miss Faye. After all, only the Queen can channel spirits now. Only the Queen can channel spirits. But Inga was going to use Miss Faye to channel the Founder, so his plan wasn't depending on having access to the Queen's power. In that case... he didn't know the Founder's name. The name of the Founder is known only to those who become Queen. That means only the people who currently know her name are Garon and Amara. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. So that begs the question, why is Garon so fixated on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink this. Garon is obsessed with the orb because... Just one of the false options, reset run. She wants to clear her name? No, it's a little too late for that. Besides, she doesn't even strike me as someone who thinks that's even necessary. I think of a different reason. It's a national treasure. So maybe she wants to make sure it's in Kurain where it belongs? Could that really be the only reason? No, can't be. The orb must play a much bigger role in all this. Okay, let's not overthink this. She can't channel spirits. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but... if she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garon can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. Is that why she let Amara live, to stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? So So if Garan can't channel spirits, she would be exiled. No. She would be exiled from Khura'in? No, that's a bit extreme. Can't imagine anyone getting exiled just for that. Better think of something else. It would look bad. Yeah, it would look bad if the Queen couldn't channel spirits. Garan would be mortified if that got out. And what good would it do to us publicly to publicly embarrass her like that? Guess that's not it. What else could it be? She has no claim to the throne, because you have to have spirit channeling abilities to be the Queen. Garan's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority. But if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act will become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. I mean, it is also a bit embarrassing, TBH, yeah. You claim the authority of the Crown? You, of all people? That's a good one. Have you truly lost it, lawyer? Indeed, I would have the defense explain himself at once. It's easier, Magistry. Why is Queen Garan so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why'd she let Queen Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answer to these 3 questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. I still do not follow, Apollo. That rhymed. Your Eminence, I have just one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you? What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead? The defense will explain himself at once. In Khura'in, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you've passed will be rendered null and void. And you, the Garan Royal Guard. You seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. What if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person? A pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk! Impossible! Everyone knows only spirit mediums can become queen. Such blasphemy. On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim? Queen Garan? If you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it. Prove it using this piece of evidence you want so badly. I'll get the bad game over here.
Take that!
What could I possibly prove with that? That you could channel spirits. What else? Oh wait, my bad. Here, Defense. Use this to reflect on how bad you really are. Defense promises to improve, Your Majesty. Defense also asserts that Your Eminence isn't capable of channeling spirits. But, if you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it.
Take that!
Ouch, Judge, yeah.
Take that!
What happened to non-biased verdicts? Here we go, bad end. I've heard enough. This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to sufficiently establish Queen Garan's culpability. Though a few issues remain unsolved, this court will leave such matters to the police for further investigation. This trial may have proven Dirk's innocence, but we failed to prove who Minister Inga's true killer was, and the truth of what happened 23 years ago will remain shrouded in mystery. It was all because we failed to prove Garan's guilt. After that trial, we were forced underground in order to escape Garan's agents, and I joined Nayuta and the Defiant Dragons in their efforts to overthrow Garan. A dragon never yields. We fight on with Dirk's creed in our hearts, and dream of the day revolution comes to Khura'in. So does that mean Phoenix? Does that mean Phoenix and Athena are just like stuck here too now? So there's another bad end if you fuck up the queen part, huh? Surprised they just didn't get shot. Well, because they couldn't prove that she was culpable. She was not. They weren't imperiling the crown. But then she probably ordered the guards to execute them afterwards. So they had to run. What? That's it? You made it sound way scarier than it was. No, it's not scary. I mean, none of the bad ends in Ace Attorney are ever really that like drawn out. I don't know what the other one is though. Apparently, there's another one if you fuck up revealing Queen Amara. Anyway, we know what it is. It's the Founder's Orb.
Take that!
All the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. It's a short bad end where she's seen as the killer and Dirk's name would be clear. Oh, okay. With the orb, we know what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Khurain. Oh, to witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes! The Holy Mother's going to return? What a miracle of miracles! Praise be Your Eminence, may your mighty spiritual power show us the way! Enough, I say, you mindless cretins! Your Eminence? Can it be that you cannot? No, I want a lawyer. Summon one at once.
Objection!
Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Khurain. You could thank your Defense Culpability Act for that. Ah! Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power! Summon Her Holiness so that she may guide us. I've heard enough from you. Out of my sight, all of you! If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer! That reminds me. You said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now? Indeed. Of all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget. Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. That seems amazing. Gron! Your reign of terror ends here! The wind knocked all the guards around. Very well. Demonstrating my facility as a spirit medium is no big something. I didn't get to read all that. Behold, the magnificent power to commune with the dead. Please kindly destroy her bitch ass. Oh, Your Eminence! Oh, great spirit of the Founder who dwells in the Twilight Realm. Heed the secret covenant of the orb, and appear here before us. Oh, here it comes. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well? Oh, spirit of the Founder, grace us with your sacred presence. The time is now. I beseech you, appear before us. Heed my call. Founder, please. No, wait. I was just warming up. The rite actually starts from now. Look. Holy Mother. Really trying to play for time there, yeah? It only makes fart noises. I mean, could you just, like, change the law so that the queen doesn't need to have power? Yeah, I guess so, but too late. She didn't think of that before before she fucked up. Prosecutor Sadmahi, how is Her Eminence? Died of ligma? It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother. I see, but her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later. And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Inga in order to prevent his coup d'etat. But what of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago? I was that she's a tyrant of the theocracy. Crafting the video essay as we speak, here's how Garan could have won. To become a queen herself? Maybe she just craved power and attention. She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fears and lies. Then again, do not all tyrants? So then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Garan in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Rafa was being held hostage. Hostage? Why would she keep letting the people of Khura'in think she was dead? While she was kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Garan. Her legitimacy only comes from the lore that the entire country's religion is based on. A change to law like that would be blasphemous, and more importantly, undermine her own source of legitimacy. Yeah, that's the true issue here. The fact that the court system in Khura'in is so heavily tied to the religion, kinda makes this like an unbreakable loop. That and the people would be pissed. Could it really get any worse? Yeah. My mother is a gentle soul by nature and loves her sister dearly. So when Garan told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquiesced so obediently to Garan's request to keep channeling for her. Until she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is. So that's what happened. And since Rafa was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder. Yeah, living secretly as Rafa's servant, Nena, no doubt only deepened her love for her own daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her. Well, that was a case for the ages. Prosecutor Sadmahi has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga, as has Mr. Dirk Sadmahi in the assassination attempt on Queen Amara. Now then, I think it's high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Nayuta Sadmahi. Not guilty. That's just the nature of tyrants. They all think they're untouchable until the end. Yep. Just the empty prosecutor's bench. Also, where was Phoenix there? Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. Nayuta's smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening. With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned. In theory, she could just remove the spiritual requirement, have them execute, and then lead as a mask-off tyrant from that point. I guess so. I mean, who's gonna stop her if the guards still insisted on following her? May 19th, High Court of Khura'in, Accused Lobby. Way to go, Apollo! I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed in the courtroom. That was a shocker, alright. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home. Now please leave so we can have egg, Garan. I know, right? I was ready to go down there and teach them a lesson myself. Really? I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. I mean to never say that or do anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex. You did a fine job out there today, Apollo. Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright. Nah, it was all you. That perseverance and never-say-die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself. What, from me? That's a laugh. There were any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up, but you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will, and inner strength forged in countless trials. You overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen. I don't know about all that. I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I have nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney. Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did it, Apollo. You finally won his seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way, too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already. Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next. Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course, Dirk. That was pretty cool, Polly. Oh, wait, Trucy? Huh? Trucy? Trucy? What are you doing here? It's magic. I'm afraid she employed the old let's stow away in Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick. What? Though it certainly explained why my suitcase was so heavy. Why would you not check, Edgeworth? You idiot. Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual. Trucy, do you even have a passport? My magic panties are in extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini-universe in there. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat. Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery. Hornhead, Barbed Head. I am forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Is there no security there? Well, remember, Edgeworth chartered a private plane. So, presumably, he didn't have to have his bag checked. Without your presence, I may never have changed as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, Your Benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Garan. And that decision was yours and yours alone. That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. And you made use of it with gusto. The victory is yours, Your Benevolence. You should be proud of yourself. I see. So, I am worthy of my title after all. Ha. I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more. She sure bounced back quick. So, Your Benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins? That you're the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara? Yes, my mother, Her Eminence told me. She said it was part of my disciplining, if you can call it that. Sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal. My mother was so insufferable, or should I say my former mother. Sounds like there was no love lost there. But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear. So what's next for the Kingdom of Khurain? You lost your queen, so... Her Benevolence, Princess Rayfa, will ascend to the throne. Nayuta, but she can't channel spirits yet, right? Indeed, which is why I will act as regent on her behalf, until the day she comes into her own. What about Amara? Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Sud. Big... Bruh. She going to say what I think she is? What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop? Youch! In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuta and Queen Amara for the time being. Oh, so Queen Amara is going to just remain a figurehead, like a side character here. What? Question marks. Admittedly, it's probably pointless to discuss IRL politics dynamics in a game by its own nature that doesn't even respect the basic tenets of legal proceedings. Yep. Bro. Girl, don't push it just yet, yeah. Queen Amara. Our country offers counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day. But for now, I'll have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity. Oh, so nothing essentially changes for her. She still has to be the tool. So then, she's going to be alright? Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage. That's a relief. You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and Nayuta beat the charges against them. And you got the revolution rolling to boot. The revolution. Dirk. Guess you were right to believe in me after all. Yes, sir. There's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system's gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apollo Justice will go down in Khurainese history. Yeah, right. Oh, Nayuta, before I forget, there was something I wanted to give you before I head back home. You wish to give me something? Yes, as Dirk's birth son. I think you should have this.
Take that!
This is Dirk's. I have to get back to the States, and I know you're a prosecutor and all, but as the man that's going to change Kurain, it's only right that you have it. What about his law book? To change Kurain. Yeah, in Dirk's place. Apollo, I'm afraid I must refuse your gift. What? Why? There's something I would like to show you. Huh? What's this all of a sudden? Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us? Oh, sure. May 19th. Former Sadmahi Law Offices. So why'd you bring us here, Nayuta? Apollo, I want you to stay here in Kurain. What? But why? We have lost our queen and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court. Wait, you're not asking me to... Yes, I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer, and me as a prosecutor, we shall rebuild the Kurain's legal system. We shall rebuild Kurain's legal system from the ground up, and also fire that chief prosecutor guy. Payne? What's his name? He's an asshole. You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in. Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. New office unlocked. First things first, kill the spider. Eat the lizards. Eat the pennies, quiz boy. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable. I don't know about that, buddy. Might need a bit of interior redecorating if you're gonna reopen this joint, yeah. A change of scenery is always nice. I'd like a room that's more my vibe. This is way out of my league. Oh, Selly, by the way, congratulations, you married Ayla in my, on my island. This is way out of my league. You know, take down the pictures of Garam with machetes in them. The revolution is still in its infancy. I'm jealous of you, Selly. I wanted to marry Ayla. I mean, no. However it played out was how it played out. Oh, Ayla's still here. Uh-oh. I think they're asleep. No, it's fine. I have someone else that my me is crushing on. It's weird to talk about this. It's very weird to talk about this because it feels like it's real life. The revolution is still in its infancy. But it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream? Dozed off a bit and just regained consciousness. Oops. Oh, so you heard all that. Yeah, congratulations. You married Selly. Come on, AJ. You know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together. You must be taken aback by my sudden request, but please give it some thought. Of course, I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the Wright Anything Agency to consider, too. How many Miis are there on my island? 21. Right now. There's 70 is the max. I want to at least hit 35, because that's when you get the final, land expansion. Don't worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do. I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey, Mr. Wright. Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this. Athena? I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. You finally got to see a fight today in Tomodachi Life? Yeah, I saw one. Was I streaming when that happened? I think I was. I was. It was the fight between Pilot and, Shopkeeper, I think. Or was it someone else? It was... No, was it Frank? I can't remember. They eventually made up, though. There's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. No, it was Nikki and someone else. Am I on the island yet, or am I a pet? Neither. That's right. It won't be the same without you. I've been holding off... I'm sorry I keep interrupting this. I've been holding off on adding more Miis because I do want to do another stream of it soon. Because even though I've taken like a week and a half off, I think there's maybe enough going on now that I can slip back in and show some updates. which might be tomorrow. I'm going to do that tomorrow before starting the DLC case of this game. That's right, it won't be the same without you, Polly. Everyone back home would really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy, but... Athena, Trucy... Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then? I'll try. Talk about a difficult decision. What about all your stuff? Your stuff's all still back in the States. Should I go back to the US and continue working at the Wright Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Khura'in and help Nayuta rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? May 20th, 8 a.m. Temple. Bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Oh no, what about my my plush? Be free, Apollo, be free. Do you think he decided to stay here in Khura'in without any of his stuff on hand? I bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. But whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it. I guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. Hey, guys! I know that booming voice anywhere. Oh, look, it's from his point of view. It's not from his point of view. Whew, I made it. Apollo, you're here! Does this mean you're coming home with us? Well, about that. Mr. Wright? Yes? I've made up my mind. Here it is, the moment of truth. I still have so many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Khura'in. You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. I can't let his sacrifice go to waste. I see. Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Apollo, Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this. Apollo, never felt prouder. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me. But someday, I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be, but I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me. Of course we won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot for you waiting back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you, so knock 'em dead. You got it, Mr. Wright. So this is the last Ace Attorney game. As of right now, this is the last Ace Attorney game. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm going to support your choice all the way. Thanks, Trucy. Good luck with your magic act. I know you'll do Troop Granbury proud. I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't think you're the only one with room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on? Chronologically, yes. The Great Ace Attorney 2 came out after this. But, you know. So it's been a while. Curious how they're going to handle the new world of things. Yeah, I mean, it's been 10 years since this game came out. Since Spirit of Justice first came out. So it's high time we get a new one. To be fair, I think it's best for him to stay because God, this place needs all the help it could get. Yes, and it's also just like not to, you know, obviously both Apollo Justice Ace Attorney and Dual Destinies kind of fucked up Apollo. Like, they didn't really do enough for him, not even in his own game. This game kind of makes up for that with how this all plays out. This game gives a very satisfying conclusion to his, like, his history. You bet, and I'm gonna win. I'm going to miss you too, Apollo, but can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. It's really funny, because out of all three of the lawyers, Phoenix has the least backstory. His backstory was that he was friends with Edgeworth and Larry, and then Edgeworth became a prosecutor, and that bothered him, so he became a lawyer. Edgeworth has more backstory than Phoenix does. Well, there's our bus. Guess this is it, Apollo. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. Don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the U.S. again someday. Edgeworth also seems to have quite the power to do things. Oh, yeah. Well, he's chief prosecutor, so he's both rich and also has sway in, like, international legal systems. And I believe that's also probably because of Franziska. Because Franziska's, like, working for Interpol. So she's, assumedly she has some level of, advanced jurisdiction. Until then, you know where to find me. The legacy of those who came before us. Is handed down from parent to child. Next game better be the marriage of Phoenix and Edgeworth with Gumshoe throwing edible and animal-safe confetti. We know Gumshoe is still around because Edgeworth subtly mentioned him in a previous part of this case. Like Phoenix's whole thing in between trilogies is time for his backstory, his mid-story. Oh, true. I guess he is very heavily tied to Trucy's story at this point. And from mentor to disciple, must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. If anything, Apollo Justice is the fixing Phoenix's backstory game. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation. I think Trucy's sleeping on Edgeworth, I think.
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Oh, I think they're almost here.
Just a little.
I thought this happens after the credits.
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Yeah, let's show and check it. That's not the voice I gave him. Justice Law Offices. Awesome. He came into his own! Passed him on to the next generation, he says, despite the fact they're totally gonna make Phoenix the protagonist for the next game again. Yep. This is like the perfect way to do that, too. Feels right there in several degrees. Damn. Yeah. Okay, I gotta read all the dialogue here now. Then we'll be done. Go on, Mr. Hat. Introduce yourself. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. I wanted to take this opportunity to announce my solo debut. Seems Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave him in the dust. We're fierce rivals, you know. I can't let him hog the spotlight. She's not the same without Polly, is it? Yeah, I kinda miss him too. I know. We should go visit him in Kurain. I approve, Mr. Hat. After seeing Mr. Justice in action, I had to ask myself what I could do for Kurain. Then it came to me, tourism, that's what. I'll develop Kurain's tourism industry and bring in more visitors. I'll roll out a night tour centered on the Founder's Orb. Ooh, and make a museum dedicated to the Defiant Dragons. Boy, the ideas just keep on coming. This text goes a little too quickly. Actually, actually a little bit ahead of schedule. I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky. Thank you, but Prosecutor Sadmahi says he has need of me, so starting tomorrow I'll be working in Khura'in for a while again. Look at it this way, it's sure to be an educational experience. True, plus I can't let that kid show me up either. I'll see what I can do for Khura'in's revolution. Well, challenges have a way of helping people grow. I look forward to our next investigation upon your return. Yeah, I guess that would make sense, that Nayuta would ask Emma to, like, help, too. Darn that forehead face. Ever since he revealed the secret behind our teleportation trick, show requests have totally dried up. We'll be out of the street if we don't find some work soon. Maybe we should take Trucy up on her offer. She said we can make our debut as magicians at the Wright Anything Agency. Shut up, I'm gonna show her up someday, and on my own terms. Nothing fires you up more like a bitter rivalry. This thing's a lot harder in the English version because of the farther travel distance, sorry. Yeah. 12-hour flight. Khura'in is just like this child right now, full of life and limitless possibilities. I have faith that Dirk and my darling Trust will watch over them both. Have no fear! We'll see Dirk's legacy through to the end. And just for that junior here, here's the secret of man amongst men. Behold, the dots pose! Oh, it sounds little Faita is saying, no thanks. Come on, little guy, don't be shy. Faita in me. Fighter in me is the name of the baby. Also, yeah, believe no consequences for killing that dude. I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo left, but that's okay. I'm going to make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer I am. She's quaking in her boots. Widget, I can do it, and I will. Mr. Wright will be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this. Bet that baby mom's the same as Apollo Egg without the hair. Bucky, how dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state? Don't be mad, Simon. There was a huge party at my shop yesterday. But it should still taste fine. Here, try some. You great big pillock. I just lost my appetite because of you. Hard to find good help these days. Wouldn't you say, old chum? Who's he talking to there? Athena? That trial the other day really inspired me. I even created a Rakugo routine based on Shisho's case. It's a mystery story that'll keep flipping the audience's thinking on its head. It's called The Scary Udon Noodle. You're giving away too much in the title. Keeping the Tornado School going is our way of paying penance and repaying our debt to Shisho. And that includes Rakugo training for that kid, Owen. Like how I missed everything about Edgeworth's involvement here and forgot what he did, so I just saw him happen to be on the plane. Yeah. He plays a very minor role in this game. Well, up to this point. With my newfound ability, even ancient ruins and their fancy-smanchy Tomb Raider traps are no match for me. Fire! The university where my father worked is letting me help with a dig. One day I'll discover an unknown ancient civilization and dedicate it to him. I'll also be going on a dig in Khura'in soon. That private justice had better not be slacking off. POV, you're getting shot and died. If you missed that at the beginning of the fifth case, those are both the same person. She's using a voice changer. I'm going to be super busy now that I'm the head of the Fae Clan. Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help. Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be to revolutionize Khura'in Village. Oh, I have an idea. How about opening a store where we could buy new outfits like a city girls wear? Well, look who's all grown up now. But I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first. Yeah, you're right. Guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover. Barely remember some of this at all still. Seeing the ending reminded me of the whole plot, but I still forgot too much of this game. That's why I'm, like, happy to replay it, because I've only played this one once. Back in 2017, so it's been almost a decade. Mother, now that you've stopped being Nena, I want a new Nena. I wonder if there'd be anyone willing to serve you in that capacity. You were quite a handful, after all. I am? The simple wave of your hand? You would have your attire changed, meals prepared, and even your teeth brushed. To think I put such an undue burden upon you. You, a Grand Priestess of Khura'in. Fear not, Rafa. You have plenty of time in which to make amends. Perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder rubs? Oh, excuse me. Too much sody. Actually, I only drank half of it. That's less than one bottle of the Arizona. That's fine. I'll save half of it for tomorrow. Her benevolence has taken to calling me Braidhead, even worse, she trembles with her face and turns red when she turns to speak to me. What I have done to deserve such animosity? While it is true that I am merciless within the Hall of Justice, to be given such a dismissive name is entirely uncalled for. Oh, what am I to do? Perhaps I shall consult Apollo about this. Oh, here's the one little bit of sequel bait. How's he doing, Mr. Wright? Great, he's a respectable lawyer in his own right. He even has his own practice called Justice Law Offices. Thank you. This wouldn't have been possible without you. Oh, before I forget, made a copy of this photo for you. A photo? Oh. Jove. It is so good to see him again. Don't you think it's about time we told him the truth? After all, they've both grown into fine young people now. Yes, you're right. Perhaps it's about time they knew. Throwing that little bone in there for all the people that were like, why hasn't La Mirror told Trucy and Apollo that they're siblings? If I had to guess, it's going to be done off screen. In the next game, there's just going to be like a subtle acknowledgement of it. 10 years later, still nothing. Well, I keep messing this up, and Ayla's correcting me every time. A year after this game came out, the second Great Ace Attorney came out. It just doesn't feel like it because I've streamed it starting with Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2, and then I moved on to the modern games. But yeah, the second half of Great Ace Attorney actually came out after this. That being said, they were both probably close to done at the same time. And yeah, since then, there's been no new Ace Attorney games. It's just all been collections. Though, it's pretty cool that they did eventually bring the Great Ace Attorney games and the second Edgeworth game officially to America. But yeah, supposedly rumor going around is that, well, not rumor, but Capcom has said they want to do more sequels for legacy titles and like their popular IP, more IPs. And as soon as they said that, they announced the new Mega Man game. So I'm almost positive we're going to be getting Ace Attorney 7 within the next couple years, at the latest, if not next year. Kind of hope next game's a reboot that doesn't just rely on the past again. There's a new Mega Man game, yeah, Dual Override, or Overdrive. It's not coming out till next year. And they're also anti-union on it, which really, really fucking sucks. It's a classic game, classic series game. Shoutouts to Getty Images. Yeah, I know. What were they using from them? Yeet. I wonder if this means, because here's the thing, Sam Riegel voices Phoenix in the games. So, and he's you know, he's literally an Academy Award winner. He is not going to be working on the next Ace Attorney if they go anti-union with it. So, very interesting to see how that plays out, because Capcom is absolutely in the wrong. Ba-bum. Actually, that finished up quicker than I thought. Thought that would take 3 hours. Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been about... Wait, I missed that. What does that say? No, wrong button. Oh, Dear Mr. Wright. What's the announcement trail? Oh, I totally forgot about that. I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy. Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice? It's just, I have 15 clients on my plate right now, though I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Kharine's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move to this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know, but... Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your services. Huh? I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. And being that you're the only lawyer in the country right now, I told them to contact you. I estimate it will only add about 16 clients to your caseload. Huh? Now wait just a minute. Oh, we're doing the thing. I've been handing out advertisements for your new office. They read... From legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down at Justice Law offices. I've already received requests from 380 new clients. I'm going to have to say something, aren't I? I trust you did your cords of steel exercises this morning. Well, go on. There's no need to hold back. Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today. Yes, and I've grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead. There's really only one thing to say at a time like this. It's a word I've said countless times in my career. One I'll never tire of.
Objection!
Someone died and they're having fun. As long as he gets paid. Well, my theory is that he's doing this pro bono for the people of Khura'in, and then Rafa is just giving him money from the kingdom. Remember, they had millions of dollars to build that fucking tomb. See, she could easily be just bankrolling his stay in Khura'in. And yeah, that's the story of Spirit of Justice. That's Apollo's story, and he's sticking to it. It is, it is quite the story. It was good. It was really good. Originally, I was kind of sour on this game. I didn't like it as much as Dual Destinies, but now I'm realizing, wow, this game is a fair bit better than Dual Destinies. It doesn't have the same, like, wow reveal moment at the end with the main villain, but it's still a solid game. And honestly, it does do Apollo literal justice. But we're not completely done yet. We still have the special episode. Just a little preview of that. It's Phoenix pointing, and we got 2 people and some weird clockwork stuff. This case, really cool. It has a unique thing about it. And you'll see when I start it what it's about. But we're not gonna... Phoenix is always pointing at something. Yep. Still never seen the special episode at all, really. The weird thing is... Okay, so I'm gonna say something else here real quick. This collection does not have the extras, because this game not only had a DLC case, but it had 2, like, comedic cases that you could also download. They were cheap, and they were very short. It was called Asinine Attorney. And for some reason, this collection does not have them in here. So I recommend looking it up because they're like multiple choice cases that's impossible to lose because they always end at the same thing, and they're both fairly short, but they do add maybe another hour or 2 of gameplay. Also, they're non-canon, obviously. No Ass Attorney, yeah. It's weird. You could find them online easily, but they're not in this collection. To be honest, I wonder if I should play it myself before you stream it. Well, here's the thing. I may stream it starting tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll wait until next week to do this. Just a few... Let me get back on here. Just a few things about the streams coming up. So, you know, I got Mina the Hollower coming out at the end of this month, finally. We have Dench Attack and Star Fox at the end of June. Rhythm Heaven, Splatoon Raiders. It's a bit tight. This month was kind of the only free time. The problem is that there is no way I'm getting through Kingdom Hearts 2 in only 2 weeks. Special episode has a bad ending too. Really? Okay. Well, remind me of that when I'm playing it. I wanted to do Kingdom Hearts 2 this month. It's not going to happen. There's only 2 weeks left. So, probably no good. That said, I do have a couple other shorter games I'm thinking of doing. Alongside Spirit of Justice and Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life will continue to be a little sporadic until stuff changes, or maybe we're just in a sporadic spot right now. But you can expect a few interesting short things, I think. We'll see. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 I'm going to put off. Maybe, if I'm lucky, there won't be anything after Splatoon Raiders that I want to play, and I'll just start Kingdom Hearts 2 in the summer, like I did with 1. So, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, maybe I won't be doing... Maybe I won't do... Yeah, no, you know what? Ayla, if you want to play through the special episode, no more video games released ever. God, I would actually enjoy that, because I'd have plenty of time to catch up on everything, including FF14. Here's the deal. If you want to play through the case yourself, I'll say that I'll probably start streaming the special case on either Sunday or Monday. So that gives you a couple days if you want to play through it now. But otherwise, I'm gonna do it next week. Because you know what? I think I'm gonna start the other game I have in mind tomorrow after Tomodachi Life. But yeah, we're almost done with Spirit of Justice. It's weird because unlike Dual Destinies, where the DLC case is in the middle of the story, the DLC case is actually at the end. So it feels weird to get the credits and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, there's a post-game trial that you have to do. So it's a bit weird, but it's a nice cap off to the series so far, and hopefully we'll get more after that. Also got your 3DS out. Guess I could just also check out what the game is like on original hardware. Yeah, I should pull out my 3DS. I did when I got all the Miis off of it on the Amiibo, which is actually really quick. It's a lot quicker to get them off the to get them onto the Amiibo and onto the Switch than you'd think it would be. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. It means a lot to me. I only played the mobile ports of this in DD. It means a lot that you all came here tonight. I know the stream is a little shorter than normal, but, I mean, we finished the case and it's after 4, so it's probably best to just wrap it up now. I'll be back tomorrow with Tomodachi Life and something else. We'll see. And then next week we'll finish the Apollo Justice Trilogy for realsies. If you want to watch more streams, check out twitch.tv/team/littlespace. It's just me and Writer Fluff right now. So, I am going to raid Calzoners, because they were streaming before I started streaming, and they still are. I had something else I was thinking about. Now I can't remember what it was, but oh well, whatever. I don't want to keep you all. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Say hi to Calzoners for me. I'll see you tomorrow with some fun stuff. And yeah, we'll see where things go. Goodbye.